You got married?
Yeah.
Do I know her?
She's a Kramer woman.
Oh, David! What did Dorian do, brainwash you?
No, no. Not Dorian. Her sister.
Addie? Why?
Why, can you think of a better way to get back at Dorian?
How did you get up here?
I still have the key that you gave me. But I told you, I'm asking the questions now. You and I need to have a little talk.
I don't know what about. Please excuse me. I have a company to run.
Okay, look, you're not going anywhere, Dorian. Not until you and I have a little talk about what you know about how I wound up half dead from alcohol poisoning.
I admit, she's not Mensa material, but she is a shrewd woman. She knows exactly what she's doing, and I actually think I make her happy.
Really? And what are you getting out of this?
Suffice it to say, I'm living large in Landview, but Addie wanted this marriage just as much as I did.
So you and Addie are
taking mutual advantage of one another.
Oh, and making Dorian jealous, right?
No, not jealous. Making Dorian suffer. Dorian reneged on some promises she made me.
I don't want to know, okay?
So, you feel like congratulating me?
Is that why you're here? To get my approval?
Would you give it?
David, you know, I take marriage seriously.
I did too. Once. Come on, Vicky, admit it. You want to stick it to Dorian just as much as I do.
I won't deny that. God, when I think of what she did, plotting to take over Buchanan Enterprises and robbing my children, and oh my God, poor Nash.
Not to mention what she did to Charlie.
Next time you feel the need to share, go to a meeting. Don't come to me.
I have been going to meetings.
There's progress.
And I was going to meetings before I wound up in ER. I've been working the program harder than I've worked it my whole life.
Shame the program hasn't been working for you.
But it was. I wasn't feeling the slightest urge to drink that night I got drunk.
But we both know that an alcoholic can go from zero to rock bottom in a heartbeat.
Yeah, in the beginning, maybe. But we eventually learned to recognize our triggers. And believe me, I know mine.
Keep telling yourself that.
And if I had felt the pull that night, I think I would have reached for a phone before I reached for a bottle.
Your sponsor wasn't available.
But you were, weren't you? You know, I remember telling you at the hospital that I was going to come clean with Rex and Vicky about who I really was, Charlie Banks, not Charlie Balsam. And I remember telling you that you weren't going to have anything to hold over me anymore. Now, why is it that that conversation is the last thing that I remember?
Charlie, don't.
You were very upset. In retrospect, perhaps you were fighting a losing battle with one of those triggers and lost control. I do remember you saying that you were going to go to Rhodey's.
Yeah, but I definitely did not go to Rhodey's. They were closed for a private party that night.
Ah, well, perhaps that's why you bought your own bottle of vodka and then crawled into the alley behind Rhodey's to drink it.
I never told you that I was drinking vodka, Dorian, or that I wound up in the alley behind Rhodey's. How did you know that?
Because you once told me it was your poison of choice.
When did I tell you that?
I don't remember the exact time or date, but believe me, all of my brain cells are intact. Besides, the news about Victoria Davidson's paramour being dragged out of an alley drunk, it's enormous. It was all over the hospital.
Mm-hmm. And they all just rushed out to tell you.
I am on the board of directors of the hospital, and I did used to be the chief of staff.
That's right. You are a doctor.
I suggest that you take responsibility for your actions and just be done with it.
Well, that's exactly what I was trying to do that night, Dorian. I was trying to tell everybody the truth, but you didn't want me to.
I knew that Rex would be devastated.
No, but it's interesting timing, isn't it? That the one time I am out of commission is the same time that you choose to expose Jared as my son, not Ace's.
Are you blaming coincidence for your lack of sobriety?
No. But for a while, I thought that you might have been the person that I was drinking with. You know, just to encourage me to get drunk, to cause trouble for Vicky. But that's not the way it is it?
Of course not.
No. Because if I had told the truth before you had a chance to tell the truth, then you never would have been able to just waltz into Buchanan Enterprises, drop your little bomb, and take over the entire company, which is what you did. Which means that you had a very strong reason for wanting me out of the way.